Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Carrie.
Hi.
Good morning.
Oh my gosh, Zoom works. Where are you right now, Eduardo?
I'm in the kitchen. I'm sitting in my little station. We have an island in the middle of the kitchen, and that we'll get to see when we cook. And I'm hanging. It's a bluebird day. Blue sky, kind of chilly though this morning.
Same.
What about over there? Same.
We're live from the Jersey Shore. I'm in the dining room, but we'll head into the kitchen shortly. So I wanted to say hi to everyone's here. Hi guys. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Welcome to our Soul Food Sun Sessions. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Carrie Doherty. I'm one of the founders of Faherty brand, which is a clothing company started by myself and my family, my husband and my brother-in-law. And we create comfortable, sustainably, quality-focused clothing with a focus on spreading joy wherever we go. And Sun Sessions is really an event series, but it's really our community. And Eduardo, we met. Do you remember how we met?
Oh yeah. Jedediah Jenkins sent me a message and said, "Hey, my friend has this radical, heart-driven clothing brand, and I want to connect you with him." I said, "All right." And you invited my wife Becca and I to come down to Joshua Tree for a Sun Sessions.
Yeah.
Blew my mind. I was like, this isn't modeling. This is a beautiful heart mission and hang with great people. What are you talking about? I'll do this any day. I remember.
And I first heard of you because I went to the Telluride Film Festival and was watching your documentary Charged that you had just released. And in the movie, you were wearing one of our shirts. And I'm like such a stalker. Whenever I see anyone in the airport, Alex is like, do not say hi to that person wearing Faherty. And I'm like, hi, it's me. Thank you so much for wearing our clothes. And that's how I first kind of connected that you even had heard of us and had our clothes. And I mean, the rest is history.
That's right.
Do you want to tell us a little bit more about your background and yourself? Because your story is so incredible and inspirational.
Sure. I am a Montana kid through and through. Grew up, kind of found cooking at 15 and then pursued it professionally as a yacht chef and then as a business owner. You know, we have currently run a organic and natural foods line called Montana Mex. And 10 years ago, we had this idea of saying, hey, we can bring kind of the instruments to really become empowered to others at large through cooking and through the kitchen. So we've been bundling it up like that ever since. And yeah, so food's always been my thing. You know, I remember even in Joshua Tree and then again at another Sun Sessions in Mexico with the Faherty family, food was always where I wanted to say, hey, when times are good, when times are bad, when there's reason to celebrate, there's always reason to celebrate, you know, and food's always been how I do that. So you allowed me to cook twice at Sun Sessions. And so now it's, you know, that's still my North Star, is just figuring out how to continue to share my love of food with others. You know, I was so excited. I was Instagramming my chickens this morning. Hey, we got eggs. We're in, you know, we're going to do this today. And it just brings so much joy to be able to open up food conversation with just real talk. So that's.
Well, Alex and I loved going because we went to your and Becca's cabin and farm a couple months ago. And you essentially grow all of your own food in an acre worth of land.
That's super generous. We provide a lot of our pantry from here.
It's incredible. It's incredible. So before we begin the delicious cooking, I want to let everyone know that a lot of times during Sun Sessions, we anchor in a short guided meditation. And if you hate meditation, just get another cup of coffee, get your ingredients ready if you're going to cook with us. But the reason why we do this is because it's so rare that we sometimes just arrive to the present moment wherever we are and to greet ourselves, and to take a couple of deep breaths and to anchor in. And so I'm going to do a short guided meditation. And then Sammy Freeman is our musical guest today. She's a dear friend. She's a classically trained pianist. She also has incredible pop songs, and she also writes children's music. And I know this because I wrote an album with her one time before I started to join Faherty, and thought I was going to become a children's singer. And so we'll do the guided meditation. You'll hear a couple of short songs, more meditation vibes from Sammy, and then we'll pass it on to Eduardo. And you all, this is interactive. So if you have questions that are coming up, if you want to know why Eduardo's using certain ingredients, if there's something with the sound that you're noticing, anything, there's a Q&A button on Zoom that you can click on, and you can type it in, and then we won't be responding necessarily via writing, but we'll answer it live. So that's that. Okay, so getting in a comfortable position, closing your eyes if you want. If you don't want to close your eyes, maybe finding a specific place where you can gently gaze and focus your eyes on. And because mindfulness is the practice of paying attention to the present moment, starting to arrive to your room. Noticing sounds, temperature of air, dogs barking.
Lucy?
Welcome to our home, everybody. Letting your jaw relax, your forehead to be unfurrowed. And maybe for the first time all day, checking in. How am I doing? Tired, anxious, relaxed, lonely, excited. And then starting to anchor into your breath. So feeling the breath in the abdomen, feeling the stomach rise on the inhale and deflate like a balloon on the exhale. Feeling the breath come through the lungs, maybe even noticing the spaces between the rib cages expanding. Feeling the breath through the nose, and how the temperature of air changes between the inhale and the exhale. And seeing if you can follow just one breath from beginning to end. And then just one more. Breathing. And as we focus on the breath, as we use that as our point of awareness to which we return to time and time again, I'm going to pass it off to Sammy. And you can keep your eyes closed and just letting the music be a form of meditation, of active listening. And returning to the breath. Inhaling deeply, exhaling anything you don't want to keep for the rest of the morning. And gently opening your eyes. That was from Sammy's newest album, Howl. All right, feeling grounded. Eduardo?
Beautiful. That was beautiful. I've always loved piano. Sammy, thank you for bringing live music back to our hearts, back to our homes, right? Back to our ears. I was so thirsty for that.
Thank you. It's always fun to work with Faherty and now you, Eduardo. You're such a beautiful team to work with. It reminds me to stay present, and especially in these times when it's a little different for everybody, it's really nice to share music, and inspiring for me as well to share it with you all. So thank you.
Yeah. So let's see, it's 20 after 11. It's totally time for gospel brunch, at least in this house. I'm hungry. You know, having an opportunity to cook and be with others. I feel like I was a yacht chef for 10 years and I cooked for others, but I was just in my own kitchen, you know, all day. And there's just so much awesomeness and joy and celebration to be found when you get to cook and with others, right? Cooking and sort of, I've been watching Becca. She's been knocking out dishes left and right over the last few months. And it's so fun for me to cook with others. So I'm very grateful for this opportunity. And I have ingredients already here ready. But if anyone's out there has a recipe in cooking this French toast, then let's get going, because French toast for me, it reminds me of being 18 years old in Seattle, Washington. I was going to cooking school, and I was working with an Italian chef at an Il Fornaio, and he was passionate about these three main dishes. And he taught me how to make risotto, taught me how to make gnocchi, and he taught me how to make French toast. And to this day, I absolutely love this version of it. So I have a loaf of ciabatta bread. So, you know, the history, you can go to Wikipedia and go down a dark hole, but essentially how I've understood it is that when you think about core staples 100, 200 years ago, this is how I like to imagine it. And that's what food does for me, right? Oh, hey, Alex.
Al's going to be cooking with you.
Yes, I saw that you were getting your ingredients ready. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's rock.
So I was just like telling this long-winded story about how I think French toast is such a basic dish. It's, you know, you would often, if you're baking your own bread, hundreds of years ago, you would have the odd end bits, a couple, you know, stale bits that no one ate at dinner. You'd maybe have a bunch of eggs on hand and dairy. And so you're making a custard, and you're taking old bread or lost bread. There's so many different names for it across the world. But essentially you're taking old stuff and you're re-celebrating it in this super beautiful custard with maple syrup and blueberries and whatever you have on hand. So we're gonna saute apples. We're gonna cut some bread, get it soaking in a custard base. And I also have some venison sausage, and I'm gonna griddle that up on the side too.
Yeah.
If you know anything about Eduardo Garcia, Montana Mex, Becca Skinner, and Faherty, is that, you know, our connection was made through the conversations of love and wild game. Do you remember that? Our engagement.
We need the Jetsons technology where I can push the button and you can send it to me.
Got it. Received.
But I think so. We all have, whether you have a gluten-free loaf of bread, whatever bread you're working with, now's a good time to just. Got it. Ready to roll. Okay.
I got the gluten-free Sammy's Bakery.
I've got regular sourdough. You know.
You're splitting it up. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna make your custard base and then split it in half.
You got it.
I like it. Okay. Where's the team over there? Where's the kiddos?
We're keeping them out of the house right now, Eduardo. This is all about you and us, and not about them.
Okay. Well, then this is your decision, because I wanted to have some fun with this. I went out to the chicken coop and I looked at the selection. And I was going to say, hey, Ava, why don't you pick out which eggs you want? I need 3 from this medley. These are all different shapes and sizes. I don't know if you, and all you can see out there. We got
Those are
little
awesome.
green ones, white ones, darker brown ones, tan
Let's
ones.
do one of each.
Ooh, I like
Why is it green?
Gosh, it's just one of these beautiful parts of nature. We have maybe 7 different varieties of chickens, and often the eggs from each different chicken line will be different, have different sizes, different shapes, different colors and patinas, and then even within the same group. So in the same, I'm certain that you all make clothes, you know, this is Mother Nature, so you'll get a huge spool of fabric, but there will be these minor inconsistencies throughout a hue or a color line, right? It's like these are all from the same bird for the same variety, but when you look closely at them, they all have their tiny differences, you know? So it's kind of interesting, a little medley. So we want to go with one of each. Why don't we go with one big white one? We'll go with a big tan one and this dark brown one. So Carrie, who's cooking over there? Who's cracking the eggs?
Al's cracking.
You're cracking out. Let's do this. So effectively, we're making a custard. Got your eggs. Now throw in some heavy cream. I think it's about 1/3 of a cup is what it calls for.
It's in the fridge. Do you compost, Eduardo?
I do, yeah. And
Yeah.
they say to not, they say to not feed your chickens their own shells, but I find there's a lot of protein in them. So this will keep, and I'll just bring these out and let the chickens get after them again.
We've got our seasoning too.
So, folks, I'm going to use the Montana Mex Sweet Seasoning Blend that Al has it. So this blend, this was super fun for me to create, gosh, 8 years ago now. It's a mix of organic cane sugar, sea salt, aji amarillo chili, cloves, cinnamon, ginger, allspice. It smells like the holidays.
It's as good as it gets. It does. It smells a little bit like Christmas.
I mean, 'tis the season. So we're going to put about anywhere from a teaspoon to a tablespoon. Thing with cooking is there's a lot of ad lib allowed. You can make it to your gusto, as they would say. I like a lot of cinnamon in my batter or in my custard, so I'm going to give it an extra pinch of cinnamon too.
You too.
Yeah, we like that too.
You into that? No.
We have the Ceylon cinnamon.
No, that's a great point, Alex. So there's so many different varieties of cinnamon. It's the bark of the tree, right? And the first time I ever had the opportunity to see it in its wild element was on the island of Dominica. And my friend Joseph had a cinnamon tree in his backyard, and he would go out, he would just pull off these chunks and barks. I feel like, yeah, look at this. See that chunk?
That's just straight up bark?
Yeah, that's bark. And so at times it curls, like the thicker parts curl, I think 1/4 inch thick. You know, they curl quite slowly, and then the thinner ones, depending on, again, the tree and the type of bark, will curl like how we know a cinnamon stick, you know?
And then does the bark grow back?
A great question. I would think so.
Yeah.
Okay. Custard is there. Oh, and then, you know, I remember, so this Italian restaurant, he would add a little bit of honey. He would add a little bit of sugar. In this case, I got maple syrup already on the counter. So I'm going to add a tablespoon of maple syrup to this custard base.
Okay, can you let us know the confusion around grade A and grade B and grade C maple syrup? Am I putting you on the spot?
You're putting me on the spot, and I'm way further from New England than you are. I didn't know there was a thing. There's a
Well,
thing.
apparently, and just so you know, everything I say is always slightly wrong. So just Google this after, but apparently grade A is the least dense and least raw of maple syrup. And grade B or C is grade D is even better. But because it was so confusing to consumers, they recently tried to make grade A the most kind of sweet and dark.
Really?
Yeah. If anyone's on the line that knows the truth about this, just please speak up.
Yeah. Well, that's the truth. This is about sharing, you know?
Because if Eduardo didn't know, I'm a little skeptical.
We got
Okay.
we got fake news over here.
All I would know is that in agriculture and food, there is such a grading system that for sure, you know, the quality of that ingredient, I think it matters, you know, just like I'm certain it's the same with textiles, right?
Yeah. Wait, Eduardo, we just had a question. Can you just go over the ingredients one more time? So bread.
For the entire recipe of the custard.
Yeah, just real quick. So for people who are just joining in.
So we'll want some bread on hand that you can slice or that's already sliced. You're gonna want 3 eggs, 1/3 cup of cream, tablespoon of honey, tablespoon of the Montana Mix sweet seasoning. If you don't have it, no drama. We're putting some cinnamon in there, and that's gonna be our custard base.
Great.
And I used a little bit of maple syrup to sweeten the base. Tablespoon. Okay.
Great.
So next step 2 is we're gonna saute some apples. And you don't have to do any of this. This is all voluntary, right? You don't have apples, you're not into apples, all good. But the next step that I usually like to do, because we think of it as this bread, this is our sponge, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get my French toast pieces sliced. Here, I saw that you have your own loaf. Al has his own loaf. So you're gonna split your custard 2 ways. Love it.
Did you bake your own bread?
I did not. This was
Thank
made.
God.
This was made at the food co-op right here in Bozeman. They do a great job.
Is there snow out there yet?
We've had a little snow. Today is no snow on the ground. There's a lot of skiers who are probably bumming hard right now, as they would say.
You know we're opening our Faherty store in Big Sky in like 2 weeks.
No. You didn't tell me. I didn't know that was happening. Wow.
Surprise.
Psych. You coming
Yeah.
out? How are you all?
No, we're not coming out. It's kind of a bummer.
We'll be out there this spring now.
We'll be out there this spring.
Okay. So custard's done. You have your bread there, sliced or ready.
All right. So we cut the apples yet, or that's happening now?
That's happening now. But what I'm going to do, Alex, I'm going to do 2 things right now. You got a griddle, saute pan, everybody. I'm going to start getting my pans warmed up. So
Okay.
the thing is, we're taking our French toast out of the batter into the pan. Before we do that, that's kind of like the final move. First things first, we want to get things kind of warming up. And then we want to warm up a pan so we can cook the apples. We cook the apples first, get those kind of going. And then once we have them about halfway, get our French toast on the griddle. These apples, I wish we could put smell through the computer, everybody. These are Macintosh apples. These are from my friend Lynn Jenny's farm up in Hamilton, Montana in the Bitterroot Valley. They are tasty, tasty. So I'm just gonna cut these up. We set up a little camera above me. We can pop to it. You know, it can let us know. And our little check, we're all hanging together. Whether you want to be looking at my mug or watching the board while we're cutting. But basically, I'm just couple blemishes. We'll feed that to the chickens. So good.
Do you keep the skin on?
I do.
Okay.
It's up to you. Yep, it's up to you.
Eduardo, I don't know if I ever told you, but between the ages of 15 and 20, I worked in a Cajun restaurant.
No.
Yep.
Tell me
And I
that.
didn't really learn a ton about cooking, but I was always in charge of peeling the shrimp. So I'm just a really good shrimp peeler. That's about all I got out of it.
You know what? We'd be a good team. I used to be a good shrimp peeler, and as I became an amputee, it became a little bit more difficult. So I would take you up on that. Give me a
Michael,
chance. You're
we'll
not.
hang. We'll peel some shrimp.
Yeah, let's do it. Absolutely. I'm certain. You guys ever do like shrimp boils, low country boils, crawfish boils?
Yeah, we've done it a couple times.
Yeah, that should be the next sun session. But look at me looking ahead. We're still right here, firmly rooted in our apples and French toast. So
All right, I'm good.
you're good. So
How many apples are you doing?
I chopped up one. I may do
Okay.
two. I chopped up one.
Here we got one.
Yeah. So then I like to have a little lemon on hand, a little bit of butter, a little bit more of our sweet seasoning. And in a pan over, I got a saute pan right here, over, medium heat, give or take. We're gonna throw a chunk of butter in there. And let that melt down. And then we're gonna cook our apples off. Now, this is all to your liking. I like to let my apples get slightly caramelized, you know, a little brown. So once we determine they're half cooked, then we'll start our French toast. But as your butter melts, cooking's a little bit of a dance, just like Sammy, getting us in our flow. Pan heating up. Beauty.
Nothing like the sizzle of butter on the pan.
No, nothing like it. Hey, I want to call out to everybody else who decided to join in, cook with us, have breakfast with us, ground with Carrie, have our hearts driven with some music by Sammy. Hey, thanks. You know, I think this is what it's all about for me, is just having a little bit of connection with the world out there, especially right now, you know? So I hope you're enjoying, and thanks for bringing us into your lives today. Now, you got your apples in there, everybody? Throw your apples into your melted butter, get it sauteing.
Yep. Anything else besides I put a little lemon on the apples, butter.
Yep. I'm gonna throw a little sweet seasoning on top, about a tablespoon. Stir it all around so it's well mixed. Smells good in here. How's it smell over there? Starting to smell
So
good.
good. Delicious.
Yeah. Good. I'm also gonna have a pan here on medium heat. I'm putting some Montana Mex avocado oil into it, and I'm gonna start frying up this bratwurst for this deer.
I got bacon.
We don't have the venison or the elk that you do.
You know, I remember the last time I made this, we did bacon. You know, I think we did turkey bacon. I was raised on turkey bacon.
I'll never forget when we opened up your multiple fridges and just saw so much food,
Food.
meat, tongue,
Food.
everything.
Yes, it's happening over there. So I'm gonna soak my bread. Everyone ready for that step? We got our apples cooking.
anyone else's griddle just like click all the time when you turn it on?
Your griddle,
We got it. We fixed it.
problem solver, Carrie, snapping her fingers, boom.
This is practice for the reality TV show that I'm pitching to E shortly. So gotta get a little drama going. Ellen and I have to start fighting in the kitchen.
I kid you not, I've been asked for more drama before. We just need to see more out of you. And the whole purpose is this right here. Just, you know, like play in the kitchen, make some French toast. Okay, these apples are looking lush. All right, everybody, I think it's time to get bread soaking in custard. You know, depending on, this is fresh bread, so it's not what we would call old bread, or the French would call pain perdu. How to do it, Isabel? Does that sound right? In French, pain perdu means old or lost bread. It means lost bread. So if it was really dried out and crunchy, you want to soak it in custard for a long period of time. But if it's nice and fresh, you're not going to need to soak it too long. I'm just going to get 3 pieces in my little pot soaking. And then flipping both sides and making the crust also gets a lot of that custard. Now, if your custard base is like mine, it'll be nice and thick, you know, like it'll be hanging onto that bread. And I personally like to cook my French toast so there's a lot of egg on it. But okay, so my griddle's right here. Ooh, I am so excited to eat. This is awesome. Smells amazing. And I just recalled I'm putting lemon in my apples. I haven't done that yet. Let me give it a squeeze. Now, I like to cook French toast with butter. You can use bacon drippings. You can use any oil, any fat. I am gonna mix our avocado oil. I'm just griddling, throwing it on the griddle, and butter. So it's like a half and half blend. Gonna allow the butter to brown, right? So it's still gonna allow that butter to brown, which is the milk solids, slowly burning essentially, but it brings a lot of flavor to the food you're cooking in it. So I'm gonna let that warm up.
How would you compare avocado oil to like an olive oil?
I'd say they're very similar. They both have high smoking points. Avocado oil is slightly higher. They're both loaded with nutrients, and they're both strongly flavored, I guess, with the variety of either olive or avocado they come from. Primarily with our avocado oil, it's made with Hass avocados, which are sort of also the primary avocado that we use. You can do that. And that we know of having that buttery mouthfeel. Pretty vibrant oil, really. Okay, this is my move. Alex and Carrie, I'm getting my French toast on this griddle. So I like to have a slightly hot griddle. So I'll just drizzle a little egg in there, and if it sizzles, then I know my pan's hot. Okay. Playing with your food. Do this. And as I bring this over, you'll see that I almost scoop up some of the batter. So there's just a really eggy piece of French toast going in hot. Bam. Okay, that's 1, 2. 3. And then I'll reset the next few pieces into the batter. And they can hang out and have a little banya and have a bath in the custard base while the first set cooks.
And the heat, the heat's on what? Medium? Medium heat?
Yeah, I like to go medium high, Carrie. Like, okay. Now, do you see that? Steam up our webcam. But here's my apples, looking yum. And hey, everybody else, these are Macintoshes with a little bit of butter, A little bit of Montana Max sweet seasoning, a little bit of lemon. We're looking okay. Hey, Tammy, how you doing over there? Are you hungry? Are you cooking? Are you eating? Thank you again for those tunes. It was just such an awesome part of our day.
Sammy's probably just jamming on our piano right now, singing along.
I'm starving. This looks amazing. Yeah.
Yo,
I'm
Sammy,
always
what's up?
Hi, what's going on?
I miss you, Sammy.
I miss you too.
Been too long.
You're
Yeah.
the only person in the universe that calls me Sammy Whammy. Al.
Sammy Whammy.
I just want everyone to know that. Not Al.
It's not her stage name.
it's not my stage name, but it could be.
All right, how long on each side, Eduardo?
Okay, so I just split mine. Should have given everyone a warning, but I didn't want to interrupt. I like to have a darker French toast. That's just great.
So perfect.
Great.
So perfect.
How'd your apples turn out, everybody?
They're looking great.
Great. I left mine. I turned the heat off of mine. Leave a little bite in them. Okay, French toast going back on. You know, I think a good note too about this recipe is that when you try your French toast and you like the sweetness, you're like, ooh, I think I could do a little bit more and consider it almost as a dessert, you know, really like a sugary, eggy, caramelized. Think of creme brulee, right? That marriage of eggs and sugars, and it's such a beautiful treat, right? So have fun with it and curve it whichever way your taste buds drive it.
So Eduardo, we had a question. If someone's allergic to eggs, is there a substitute they can do?
That's a great question. I guess it depends. If you could do dairy, then yeah, I think you could probably figure that out with sugar and cream, right? You could work to achieve a similar reaction. Replacing the egg is going to be challenging though, but.
Have you ever done aquafaba? It's the water that comes out of that you drain from a can of chickpeas.
No.
And that's an amazing egg substitute.
Bam.
Wow.
Learning.
Sammy, is there anything you can't do or don't know?
I love mayo, so that's the only reason I know that.
Aquafaba.
Also known as chickpea juice.
It hasn't become mainstream, but it's now that Sammy mentioned it, it's going to be here.
I actually love chickpeas. Warm, garlicky, lemony hummus. All of that's good.
Damn.
Right? So my French toast is looking good at this point. Crunchy on the outsides. Apples are cooked.
Mm.
You know, my first French toast, everybody go on this one. Mine was my twin brother, Eugenio. We all kind of adopted a dish as kids, and my brother, French toast was his dish growing up, you know? But I know I shared the story of that Italian chef, but when I think about my first memory of it, it was with my twin brother.
Yeah, we haven't even talked about the psychology of twins on this show.
Oh, that's right.
That'll be for the emotional boundary issue sun sessions that we do. Maybe Vienna from @Mindful MFT can help out.
Right. Alex,
Eduardo?
being a twin, you know, what was the one thing you all did together? What was the thing?
We played one-on-one basketball
Shoot,
pretty much for most of our childhood and just competed. Very competitive.
I could see that. I surfed with you. I could see that.
And then it was a really tough part of my life when he started getting better than me and I couldn't beat him anymore.
And then you went to baseball.
No, then I went to football. I just gained 40 pounds and started playing football. All right, I think I'm good.
I'm good.
I think I need to cook some bacon though.
I'm gonna have a bite of this French toast.
We had Ryan McDowell say we made up a pan of Montana Mex seasoned bacon as well.
Someone's cooking the Montana Mex sweet seasoning bacon.
Yep. Someone's seasoning their bacon in Montana Mex. Sounds amazing.
That's a great idea.
That's a real thing.
Okay, but what are they? There's so many different seasonings. Type in what seasoning you're using.
Yellow.
Ryan, what was the move there? What seasoning did you use?
Do the sweet one.
Yeah. Yep. The sweet one, it's kind of, if anyone out there is a fan of salty caramel, it brings that kind of a action to the flavor of whatever you're cooking, right? So it has that sea salt, but it also has a little bit of that sweetness from the organic cane sugar, and then all these spices, cinnamon, allspice, the ginger. So I'm plating out mine for Becca and I. And I like just loading up the apples right on top of my French toast. Apple butter was one of my favorite. That was kind of what we had as jam and jelly growing up as kids, was apple butter. So they've always been fun breakfast items for me, whether it's on oatmeal. So this sauteed apple recipe, you could take this anywhere in your cooking.
All right, this is Al putting the seasoning on the bacon.
Doing it. Oh, look at that, legend.
Is this Beyond Bacon?
They ain't got that yet. All right. I think I'm ready. Light this up.
Eduardo, where's Becca?
Here.
Hi, I'm just popping in for the food.
That's Becca. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me flip my camera. Hold on.
Hey, Becca.
Hi, Al.
I'm just making some delicious French toast.
Yeah, can I see yours? Oh, that looks so good.
Nailed it. Great
If
job,
Ava,
Chef
was,
Alex.
if Ava was here, she'd be competing with you, Eduardo, because we're raising a savage. She's like, is mine better? Is mine crispier? Is mine sweeter?
You know, there's nothing wrong with being driven to have whatever you're doing be 100% its best. Nothing wrong with that.
Yum.
That's me.
What are you smelling right now?
That's me done.
I'm smelling the apples are delicious. Sammy, are you not cooking along?
I'm regretting this so much, but no.
She can't dirty her hands.
No, Sammy, the tunes earlier, so good. So dang good.
Thank you. Yeah, it's really fun. I haven't honestly this whole during COVID, I haven't played live at all. So this has been a real treat for me. Yeah.
What are you doing next Sunday, same time, Sammy?
We're gonna be playing some jams together.
So
We'll make this a weekly event.
Yeah, we can totally do that. What are we cooking next, Eduardo?
my gosh, whatever you all want. And that's kind of the point, you know, there's a lot of you opened up your time to connect, and that's super beautiful, right? I think we all needed that. I needed that. Sammy, you know, I think it's important, let everyone know where to find your music. It's on Spotify, Sammy Freeman Music, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you can just search Sammy Freeman, SAMI, and I should come up, hopefully. And if you can't find me on Spotify or Apple Music or wherever you listen to music, you can search me or DM me on my Instagram at Sammy Freeman Music. Yeah.
Sammy, why don't you just tell a little bit about the story of you and Carrie making a children's album?
Yeah, please.
Let the world know a little bit. I think we
Oh,
still don't know where the recordings are, right?
No, I mean, this was like 7 years ago, right? None of us had any money. So we were recording our music in Compton at like, $12 an hour, giving to the engineer because I was making like $10 an hour at the time. And yeah, we got this like done. It was beautiful. We did it super cheap, maybe like $500 for an entire album. And now like it's amazing if you can get away for a 10 grand album. But anyways, that all to say, like we were really super pumped. We thought we were going to be children's music stars. And then we lost all of our music because we didn't save it on a hard drive. So
But then I joined Faherty, so it was good.
yeah, it all worked out. Yeah. So if you are musicians or have any like artists, yeah, best advice is to put it all on a hard drive. Don't lose it. Yep.
I think additionally powerful advice that you just said, Sammy, was don't give up too. Like,
So we're still making children's jams, you know?
We are actually.
So maybe we'll do a Faherty sun sessions for children one of these days.
wow,
Here.
he's totally structured around play, and I think Carrie, when, one of my inspirations with Faherty was watching how you and Al and the team took your business and made it human, and I really felt that with you all. And so I love it. This is what we get to do, is say, hey, come connect with us. It's about making connection. It's about feeling good about who you are. Right.
Can I eat yet?
Yeah, I'm already chowing.
All right, cool.
I'm already
making sure.
I'm eating. Sammy, if I feel guilty even asking if you'd play another song, because there's no way to airlift French toast your way, but I wonder if you'd bring us home and hit the keys again.
I would love to. Yeah. Thanks again for having me. I am going to make French toast after this, but if there's a way to share your pictures, I know I would love to see them. So make sure you tag all of us so we get the chance to see your creations too.
Absolutely.
All right, this is the song that I made in April of this year, and the newest song that I've released. It's called "Slow Down, Look Around." Dives in with the sun. Birds out on the hunt, and it's blinding, it's crazy. Slow down, look around. And you see the world different, and I hope you write about it. Sing it out loud your way, you'll say. Slow down, look around. Can I have this dance? Sway while it lasts. There's a new moon out tonight for us to so down and dance. Make love on the deck. Hold a cigarette. Fall asleep or the ocean leans in. And all
in healthy. This life won't last for long, but while it does, slow down, look around.
So good. So freaking good.
Thanks, Kara.
Thank you, Tammy. That was beautiful.
All right, one more. It's called Do You. It's really just all, it's you do you and I will too.
You don't have to be fluent in 5 tones. No, bring home the bread and the bacon. Jewelry and caviar won't get us very far. You just do. You and I will too. No need for flowing for 1K. We'd crumble inside a cookie cutter bar. Why picket fences and dresses don't get me up. You just do. You and I will too.
Karen, Eduardo, you can sing with me. You go, and everybody else.
You don't want me to sing, trust me.
Keep taking advice and reading Joni Mitchell, and going dark for days to mend your head. And I'll keep singing songs while, honey, you keep singing yours. You just do. You and I will too. Could that be anyone but you? You keep making French toast with Eduardo, and I will too. And I will.
Sammy Freeman.
Sammy Freeman. Ow!
I wish I could see everybody else's faces,
Sammy,
but I'm sure it's a beautiful scene over there.
Sammy, you're incredible.
Thanks, Al. You too. You too, Karen, Eduardo. Thanks for having me.
Sammy, thanks for cracking our hearts open with your artistry and your soul. So appreciate it.
Of course. Yeah. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll do it again soon. Yeah.
Please. Please. Carrie, again, you bring such great sunshine. It's right on the label, the logo, the like flag that you all fly at Faherty from day one. So thanks for bringing so much sun to our lives, so much brightness. It's like, whether it's through food or play or song, these things just make me feel so dang good. So if there's questions, if anyone has questions, shoot them to us now. We'll answer them, we'll knock them out about Montana Mex, Faherty, our brands, what we do. And of course, I think just stay in touch too, right?
Yeah, for sure. And we'll be sending follow-up emails with the recipe. If you feel free to share it with people, more about Montana Mex. And yeah, that'll be coming to your inbox soon. Someone did ask, Eduardo, what was like the original, was there an original Montana Mex recipe of like one particular item that you really launched the brand with?
In its very first genesis, right out of the gate, was at farmers markets in Livingston, Montana. It was a fresh roasted tomato salsa and fresh guacamole. Yeah.
Yum.
Yeah. Maybe that's a follow-up right there. Is making salsa guacamole from scratch.
Little margarita on the side. Let's do it.
All right. I'm
Come
in.
January.
I'm in. I'm in.
Well, thank you, Eduardo. This was like, it's talk about soul food. Food for the body, food for the soul. No better way to spend a Sunday than seeing your face, seeing Becca's face, getting some good food in.
Same to everyone. Alex, Carrie, Sammy.
Thank you
Much
all
love,
for
everybody.
joining. I can see everyone who's on. You're all amazing. Thanks for coming.
This though is a great inspiration for things just to do with friends. It's so easy. Just cook together. No wonder why you like cooking so much.
It's enjoyable.
That's the play, you know. That's the play portion of it. So, you know, you can feel so limited in how you can give right now, right? Like all of your usual tools just seem to be lying, waiting, you know, collecting dust. But the truth is, hey, I want to jam and make some food and hang out for a very short amount of time, you know, like what a gift. The whole half of the day ahead of us to go out and get it done, whatever that means, do the things, you know.
And perfect timing because the kids just came in. Wait, hey, Riggs, come say hi to
Young man, good morning, I guess it's afternoon. Nice to see you.
Sit on a string, birds take the breeze, sing about the moon, a resting moon, kiss on the mouth, scream love out loud, smile like a child, laugh like a child. Words, how will it win? Beneath my skin, words, how will I win? Words, how will I win? Sit with the breeze, hand by my knees, finch on a branch, flames at her back, sound paints the room, sand hides our toes, waves hello shore, been here before. How will I win? with the moon, the growing moon, kiss on the mouth, scream love out loud, sound paints the road, send hides on toes, wait hello shore, been here before. Head and you did too. We came to a house. It wasn't my fault. I loved you with everything I was. We sold all our possessions because we traveled the world, learned how to love. We came to a house. It wasn't your fault. It's nobody's fault. It's nobody. It's nobody. It's nobody. And who would have known the base was last? We had a great feast after the fast, but I couldn't move beyond the past. We came to a house. It's nobody's fault. It's nobody's. It's nobody's fault. It's nobody's. It's nobody's fault. Nobody's fault. Nobody, nobody's. Nobody's fault. Nobody's fault. I was lost inside and you came round and were the one to fix my problems, and I was lost too, so I dug inside my mind and had the answers to all my problems, and all the answers to all my problems, and all the answers to all my problems. Are the answers to are the answers to our bodies and train and repeat.